Okay, I've already posted a vlog about comments. Actually, I think three at this point, where the comments that I would normally get under the old reaction videos I would do, they have started. I still get them even to this day. It's been specifically under this one that I posted almost a year ago. And with every single year I've gone through, I feel like I've become a different person because every year, with the transformation and evolution of who I'm becoming each year, feels like it's happening at the speed of 3 or 5 each instead. It's been 5 years since I started posting reaction videos, and I just stopped recently in this past summer, and it's been the best decision I've ever made. But what this video is about is just showing you, if you're in the same situation, how to handle it. Because, and I'm not saying it's going to be easy to handle it this way, because you got to know what is really going on when people communicate with you. So, let's just say in this comment, it says, Paulina Bravo to a reactionary dislike. What kind of vocal teacher is he if he can't even pause after listening to a musical phrase at the end? Phrase to the end. $20 for a half an hour. Seriously, I think 50 cents would be too much. Now on its surface, I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, the trauma I hold from how I personally would react to stuff like this and have been, or used to, from the very start of my channel to up until now, quite frankly. Oh wait, yeah, I already read it, because he has the paragraph split into a copy, one on top, one on the bottom. What I really don't like in general is the fact that this video is where I show how incredibly developed I am in picking up on vocal techniques and what makes different things unique stylistically and technically speaking. And yet he says, what kind of voice teacher is he if he can't even pause after listening to a musical phrase to the end? I don't know what he's talking about there, but clearly it's got something to do with pausing and playing in the video, him having some sort of preference, and then tying that into my worth and qualifications of a quality voice teacher reaction. Please. So what I responded with down here is, yeah, I don't really care what you have to say. Clearly I'm figuring out my life in this video, and I refuse to let someone who puts her up on a pedestal tell me how I should be reacting to her voice. I don't care if you're leaving a comment of dislike, but this is straight up insulting when even here I know what I'm talking about in vocal technique, which is true if you watch it for yourself and pay attention. I am. Lessons thing at the beginning of the video wasn't being marketed to the right audience, let alone the audience this channel has grown, has become very unfit for my goals in the first place, which is why, if you take a look at my channel closely, I've stopped posting reaction videos geared toward my viewers. And you're basing my value off of my reaction to a singer that sounds like any other, one that you fancy and expect me to prioritize the way you do. Trust me when I say that will never happen, and I will never even speak to mega fans like you who criticize and insult newbie vocalists trying to enter the industry like myself, unless I'm calling out all the BS like you, people like you, throw in my face. Let this sink in and come to me with an apology, or don't say another word. I don't really care regardless what you do, because comments like these, especially when it's about my voice, often get automatically blocked, and yet I'm letting you keep your comment here, which I will do if you respond. Gotta edit that, dang it. Which I will not hesitate to remove if you respond with anything negative whatsoever. You've been warned. You do with that what you will. Peace. Now what this does Now, what this does is basically break down why he's saying things like this for him, calling out those deeper parts, because when you do that, you shut down the entire thing for your own safety. Two, you let them know, oh, I'm making a mistake socially, regardless of whether it's online or not. Three, you're setting a boundary to say, dude, you got it all wrong, and this is what's going to happen if you screw up one more time. And it's especially like all wrong, I phrase it that way, because as mentioned in the comment, I stopped posting reaction videos. I even mentioned that earlier in this video. It's very interesting how people, oh wow, they base what they say off of what they see without trying to find out more. Because if you're not informed, you're just gonna look like a fool when you do that to me. Because I've grown too much strength, too much intolerance to BS in my life to let stuff like this go without to let stuff like this go without saying something on it. And mind you, I've gotten better at that. Now, I've already mentioned the two dumbest comments I could possibly get on my channel. But even back then, I didn't even have any sort of, let's just say, mental capacity to just like block off the feelings and jump straight into tackling how stupid it is. I would just straight up and then delete. Now, I'm just jumping straight into it, and I wanted to like make a vlog to update you guys on that, because quite frankly, I don't think it's good if I'm stuck in that sensation of feeling any kind of way from comments who are clearly showing they are judging me based off of one video. It's ridiculous how people do that online. I don't care if other people have to suffer through that, but especially with how engaged I often get with the comments, how much I read them, I refuse to let stuff like that slide. And it's also, not only does going to the deep end of why they're saying stuff like that help them understand, but it also calls them out on it, because sometimes they truly don't understand, and that is necessary for me, for my mental health, to like make them understand, if it's worth it. At least I know in some circumstances it's better to just let it go, but here, when it's about a stranger acting in a way that I do not tolerate anymore on my channel, I'm gonna say something, either that or just straight up block it. But this is me just really showing anyone who does that I am a different person now, and I refuse to let them, I don't know how to say it, I refuse to let them tell me what they think I should be doing with my life. No. Especially if it's about my channel and I'm growing as a person with each year, and you're not doing enough research to truly understand what you're saying and if it's still valid. I hope that makes sense. I just wanted to make this not really quick. It's been 9 minutes at this point. And especially letting it be unedited. That's quite interesting. Basically, this is not something I tolerate anymore. Sometimes I just straight up block it. Sometimes I'm just like, please, let me fill you in on what's going on, okay? Because I mean, it just depends on my mood, but oftentimes I can tell if I have to say that, if I can tell, I'm gonna let them know first off. And I even did that for one of the comments that I mentioned in the last complaint video, and they straight up deleted their comment. Here, I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same, but you never know with people who are just mega fans and expect certain things from other people from a cultural standpoint, like expectations you have personally projected onto the creator. Like, I get the brunt of that sometimes, considering how young I am, how young I look, and how I carry myself on my channel and how that has changed. People just don't see the change. They refuse to even think that's possible. And I'm just like, shut up. Here's what's changed, and here's what you will do next time you run into someone like me. Okay, enough of the tough guy act. I could keep going, I really could. But I'm capping off here. Thanks for watching. I hope this gave you a little insight into my mental health journey and how actively working on myself, both in the capacity I have to keep up with life that I've built over the past 5 years to the therapy I've been in since August. And with that being said, if you want to see more from me, more in general, not more anything specific, reaction videos, covers, originals, it doesn't matter. More from me, that is it. Subscribe with the notifications bell on, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.